Ding.
You have killed a skeleton soldier and randomly obtained the attribute Piecework. Zhou Yu had killed no fewer than a dozen skeleton soldiers when suddenly the notification in his mind changed.
Ding.
Your entry has been upgraded and gained the title Recut. The entry is changed? Zhou Yu was overjoyed and subconsciously swung his sword forward. Immediately, there was a cracking sound, and two skeleton soldiers within 2 meters of each other were unable to withstand his sword strike and were shattered into pieces. His strength has increased this much, and his attack range has doubled. Zhou Yu looked at the iron sword in his hand. It was the same weapon as before, but its power had increased significantly. He looked around, thinking that he would be able to level up soon. So, Zhou Yu took his now strong strides and began to attack the surrounding skeleton soldiers. Poetry is back. In an ordinary house in Hancheng, the grandmother, who heard the door open, saw Lin Shiyun, and her face immediately lit up with joy. How's it going? Did you complete the job change today? What job did you get? Seeing the hopeful look in her grandmother's eyes, Lin Shiyun's heart sank, but she forced a smile and said, "It's great, Grandma. I've become a contract summoner, a hidden profession." "Oh, that's wonderful. Your parents can rest in peace now." Grandma clasped her hands together, speaking with immense emotion, tears welling in her eyes. Seeing her grandmother's expression, Lin Shiyun felt even more heartbroken. She forced a smile and said, "Grandma, I'll go check on Momo." Pushing open the bedroom door, a strong smell of medicine wafted out. In the dimly lit room, a slender and petite figure lay there. The other person's eyes were closed, and the corners of her mouth seemed to be twitching slightly. Upon seeing this, Lin Shiyun's expression immediately changed. She quickly walked to the bedside, grabbed the girl's hand, and said with heartache, "Momo, are you in pain again, Momo?" Upon hearing this, the girl struggled to open her eyes and tried to give Lin Shiyun a smile. "Sister, you're back?" "No, it's okay, I'm not in pain. I took the medicine, and it doesn't hurt at all." Lin Shiyun lifted a corner of the quilt and immediately saw vicious patterns like vines coiling around her neck, even flickering with an uncertain light. Seeing this, she knew that the Heavenly Punishment Death Seal's erosion must have become more severe. The Heavenly Punishment Death Seal was a vicious curse that had caused the deaths of her parents and even affected her unborn younger sister. If her mother hadn't sacrificed her own life to suppress the Heavenly Punishment Death Seal on her sister probably wouldn't have survived past the age of 3. But now, the Heavenly Punishment Death mark has spread to her neck, leaving only her head untouched. Once that happens, it will be her sister's death day. Thinking of this, Lin Shiyun could no longer hold back, and 2 streams of tears welled up in her eyes. "I'm sorry, little sister, I'm useless. It's all my fault, boo." "No, don't cry, sister." Lin Momo gently comforted her sister with her pale little hand. "Momo is okay. Momo is not in pain." As soon as she finished speaking, Lin Shiyun suddenly felt a surge of energy, and in the next moment, she leveled up from LV1 to LV2. "Sister, you're amazing. You leveled up so quickly." Lin Momo smiled sincerely. "Your profession must be very strong, right? How did I level up?" Sensing the change, Lin Shiyun looked up, a look of surprise in her eyes. She knew clearly that she had just made a contract with something. Moreover, I didn't team up with anyone, nor did I go to the wilderness to level up, so how could I have leveled up so quickly? What exactly happened? She looked herself up and down, wondering if she had made a mistake. However, a moment later, his body trembled, and the feeling of upgrading came over him again. "I'm level 3 now." Lin Shiyun finally realized something was wrong. How long had it been? She had leveled up again? Moreover, the feeling of attribute bonuses after the upgrade just now was not an illusion. She glanced at her younger sister, not wanting her to worry, and forced a smile. "Momo, your older sister is now a very powerful contract summoner. Once I level up, I will definitely find a way to get rid of the Heavenly Punishment Death Seal for you." "Yes, I believe in my sister. She's definitely the best, hee. Lin Momo, who had been suffering all along, could only laugh sincerely when she was with her sister and grandmother. Then, you get some rest. I'll head out now. Lin Shiyun quickly left the bedroom, ran downstairs, and found a secluded open space. She had already figured it out. Since it wasn't a team, it must be related to her contracted summoned creature. After all, the two can provide feedback to each other. After a moment's thought, she decided to summon the skeleton soldiers to see what changes might occur. She activated the summoning, and a summoning array appeared in front of her again. A moment later, a somewhat bewildered skeleton soldier appeared. Zhou Yu, holding the iron sword, turned his head and happened to see Lin Shiyun looking him over. He immediately complained, somewhat speechless. I was having a great time hacking away. Why are you summoning me? Zhou Yu was furious. He was about to reach level 10 when he was enveloped by a beam of light and disappeared from the abyss. When he reappeared, he saw a woman staring straight at him. How could he not be angry? Lin Shiyun was indeed a little confused at this moment. She didn't know if it was just her imagination, but when she looked at the skeleton soldiers in front of her, she felt that they were not quite the skeleton soldiers she remembered. The other persons seemed to have grown taller, and their frame was thicker. In particular, the soul fire dancing in their eyes seemed much more lively than before. What is he doing? Pointing at me? And talking to me? Lin Shiyun tilted her head, feeling as if the skeleton soldier she had a contract with was cursing her, but she had no proof. Only level 3? Zhou Yu was indeed cursing her, but after he finished cursing, he suddenly discovered that he could actually examine her information in reverse. He could even shield his own information from her scrutiny. Even more outrageous is that one can choose to terminate the summoning and return to the original abyss. What surprised him was that he was already level 9, while the other party was only level 3. Wasn't it supposed to be a synchronized feedback system? It looks like there's a big difference. After a moment's thought, Zhou Yu guessed that the reason why the two were not in the same time and space was that the feedback was greatly reduced. Conversely, Zhou Yu, having realized this, gave Lin Shiyun a warning look, then stopped the summoning and disappeared directly from the world. Seeing the skeleton soldiers disappear on their own, Lin Shiyun was immediately filled with questions. What's going on? Am I not a contract summoner? What's with this summon ending its own summoning? Why can't I see its personal information? What exactly happened? For example, a 5-person team can gain the same amount of experience from killing 5 monsters as a solo player killing 6. After posting her information, Lin Shiyun waited anxiously in the mission hall. Half a day had passed, but no one had contacted her to form a team. Just as she was getting anxious, someone suddenly shouted in the hall. A newbie leveling team from number 1 middle school is looking for one more person, preferably a priest. We'd like someone to carry us. Hearing the shout, Lin Shiyun's eyes lit up, and she quickly went over and asked, Hello, I'm a summoner. Can I join your party? The young soldier who had just shouted wanted to refuse, but when he turned his head and saw Lin Shiyun's cold and beautiful face, he was slightly stunned. You a summoner? What summons? I'm level 3 now. Can you take me with you? Lin Shiyun answered evasively. Level 3? That summon is pretty strong. Sure enough, the level 3 boy's eyes lit up and he nodded. Let's go. I'll take you to see my older sister. Lin Shiyun nodded and followed the boy out of the mission hall. Not far away, she saw 2 women and a man. The leader was tall and had an outstanding appearance, especially her long legs encased in armor, which were unforgettable at first glance. Beside her stood a female mage holding a wooden staff and a male archer with a bow and arrow. The boy led Lin Shiyun to the front of the group, and everyone looked over as well. This is my older sister, Su Mei, a level 15 warrior, the team's top performer. Sis, this is Lin Shiyun, a level 3 summoner. I just recruited her. Summoner? Upon hearing those 3 words, the female mage Wu Lina frowned immediately. Didn't we need a priest? What's the use of a summoner? Yeah, Sister Su. Summoners can usually only summon goblins, which is useless. The archer Zhuang Hutu nodded in agreement. Sis, priests are in high demand, they're not easy to find. Besides, they're already level 3. How can a regular summoner level up that easily? The young Su Xiaoqiang defended Lin Shiyan from the side. We were already late. If we wait any longer, we won't be able to find any summoners. But even if we're going to look, we have to find someone. Wu Lina couldn't help but say, but before she could finish, she heard a tall, short-haired beauty interrupt her. All right, let's go with her. Time waits for no one. I'll add you to the team. Once the captain had spoken, the other two naturally dared not say a word. Thank you, Captain. Lin Shiyan quickly thanked her. No need to be so polite. After pulling Lin Shiyan into the group, Su Mei instructed, I don't care how weak your summon creatures are. You must listen to my commands once we're inside, understand? Clear. Wu Lina looked at the names in the team chat, a hint of doubt flashing across her face. Why does this name sound familiar? Her voice was very soft and no one else noticed. Let's go. Everyone's here. Let's set off now. Su Mei led the team and said, according to the formation, Xiao Chang and I will be in front, Wu Lina in the middle, Zhuang Hutu on the left, and Lin Shiyan on the right, understand? Clear. Okay, keep up. Soon, the group entered the wasteland. Following their original formation, almost as soon as any monsters appeared, they were killed by Su Mei, who was in the lead, with a single sword strike. Everyone beamed with joy upon hearing the expert's advice. It felt amazing to be carried along by a pro.